So here we go. This is going to be my first John Cena rant of 2013. Time to kick off the new year right by fucking bashing one of the biggest pussies in WWE history. So, as I said, I enjoyed Raw for what it was. It was a Raw that was enjoyable and annoying at the same time. And you see, it's just sad that unlike during the Attitude Era when you could just watch the show and just enjoy it, now you have to watch this show, but there's always this part of you that's on reserve because there's always some retard ass bullshit going on in the background. And some of that retard ass bullshit happened within the first half an hour of Raw. John Cena beating Dolph Ziggler. And even before that, John Cena with a fucking promo. John Cena just showing in just 30 minutes time, certain things, they take fucking years to happen, and this has been happening for years, the John Cena, takeover, the John Cena brainwash. But the thing is that, if you never saw John Cena before, if you don't know about the whole John Cena thing, if this is your first time watching WWE ever, and you saw the first 30 minutes of Raw, you could just tell right there what kind of a person, what type of phenomenon this whole John Cena thing is. John Cena is just the biggest piece of shit in pro wrestling ever. And why is this? Well, let me explain it from the very beginning. John Cena, I was actually quite a big fan of his. I was one of the many people, one of the many internet fans throughout 2003 and 2004 that was, completely raging, just completely masturbating to the idea that John Cena would one day be world champion and get a push. Why? Because I really enjoyed the thugonomics character. I thought it was a cool concept. I've never really been one for rap music, but the thing was, it was just a cool character. John Cena said, some totally outrageous, TV 14, Attitude Era type shit on the mic. He was talking about testicles and, for people to suck on his nuts. I mean, it was good shit. John Cena telling people to suck his cock was what worked. And, John Cena was not doing too bad in the ring. He still did a lot of the same moves back then that he does today, but it wasn't done in such a Superman PG type fashion. So overall, he was a pretty enjoyable wrestler, and to sum it up, I liked him. I thought he was good. I was pulling for him like the rest of the people, but little did we know that we were secretly retards, because we were the instruments of our own fucking destruction as wrestling fans. You see, me in high school wearing my John Cena wristbands and my John Cena t-shirt, I didn't fucking know that word life would soon turn into fucking horrible life as a wrestling fan. It was probably the most disappointing thing, and I'm going to just say it like this right now. See, John Cena, beating the Big Show at WrestleMania 20 for the U.S. title. Cool moment. I saw it live in Madison Square Garden, and I thought it was a pretty good moment. It showed that this is WWE starting to build up a new star. This guy had charisma. He had mic skills. He was decent in the ring, not the best, but he was just an enjoyable Attitude Era style character. And I could really appreciate that. I could relate to someone like him. He's a badass. Just like everybody, striving to be cool in life. Trying to put out a good image of coolness. Just a real, manly type of character. And he was a man. I think back to when he was slapping Stephanie McMahon's ass. You wanted to be John Cena. You wanted to fucking slap that ass. You wouldn't want to tap that ass. If you were probably just a faggot all around. Those people who didn't want to fucking tap that ass right there like John Cena, give that fatty a smack. I'll tell you something. They were the equivalent of the PG fucking motherfuckers that we've got on in the YWC today. Who wouldn't want to tap that ass? I know I want to tap that ass. If you don't want to tap that ass, get the fuck out of here. Seriously, John Cena was just the fucking man during that, you know, time period, ruthless aggression period, you know, whatever you want to call it. So then at WrestleMania 21, it was JBL and John Cena. And personally, I was a fan of JBL as champion. But, you know, I was like, okay, you know, him dropping the belt to John Cena after, like, you know, a long reign as champion, like something like fucking 9 months as champion. I was like, that's a good idea. You know, if he's going to win the belt from somebody. So, you know what? So maybe they might not have a 4-star match, but maybe it'll be like a 3-star match or some shit. WrestleMania 21 comes around, and it's a fucking horrible disaster of a match. JBL fucking beats on John Cena, you know, very boring, just beating the shit out of him. And just out of fucking nowhere, no setup for it, no nothing. He picks him up in the FU, throws him down, gets the pin. I was like, what the fuck? But I was like, John Cena's champion, so that's cool, right? The match might have sucked, but you know what? Maybe it was just one of those off nights. Then, the night after, like, they don't fucking miss a beat here. The night after WrestleMania, it's like John Cena's got a fucking new theme song. John Cena's got a new image. Hustle, loyalty, respect is his new thing that they're saying, you know, so they're still trying to keep that gangster type of image, sort of. But you can see that right after WrestleMania, right after the deed was done and they put the title on him, they started shifting him into this fucking, you know, PG territory. It wasn't PG yet, but he was certainly getting there. So John Cena was there as champion. And even though he wasn't hardcore PG, they started to really lighten up on his story, on his character and the storylines he was in. No more slapping asses, no more telling people to suck his balls, none of that shit. They started just making him very, you know, very militant. They started, you know, sending him over to like Iraq and you know, hanging out with the military. Soon he would come to the ring and start saluting, you know, and shit. He started showing off his dad's dog tags and shit like that. He became very military. So they had him have like some type of military style, you know, like clothing and shit like that. And the thing was, you know, it wasn't awful, but it was a disappointment because we all expected to see the thugonomics John Cena, the rapper John Cena. So, you know, then he puts out a rap album, and the thing was, I loved his old theme song, the Basic Thugonomics theme song, a classic theme in my opinion. Now, they changed his song, and to quote my dad, it sounded like it would be better suited for Eddie Guerrero, some type of, you know, almost like urban, like Latino type of like intro right there, and the song sounds like very like Eddie Guerrero-ish when you think about it. You know, like really like put your mind to it. So anyway, then after like years and years of John Cena was almost champion every single fucking couple of months. They like in between, who did you get? Triple H. Then, you know, and then a little bit of Jeff Hardy. Then they stopped that and it was right back to Cena once again. It was fucking Cena all year round. Now, we'll fast forward a little bit and get you up to speed with today. So, around 2011, John Cena was fucking just hated as he always was. And the thing was, it was like that for fucking years. They were booing him, and I really noticed that the big, strong anti-Cena reactions started around 2006. And if you noticed around that time, that's when they put the belt on Edge. When he cashed in for the first time with his briefcase. And, yeah, I know I got a little bit off track. I was about to talk about 2011. But just hang on, motherfuckers. I gotta just say this one thing because I just remembered it. Because I ain't doing any notes. We don't fucking edit these videos. So, you know, so 2006 comes along. and he gets the Edge gets the belt. And why'd they do that? Because they were fucking booing the shit out of Cena. They had a terrible elimination chamber match. Fucking Carlito and Chris Masters in the elimination fucking chamber. I think even fucking Snitsky was in there. So it was a laughable elimination chamber. All these fucking jobber mid-cars in a fucking elimination chamber that's usually reserved for main eventers. You think back to the first elimination chamber, Triple H, Shawn Michaels, Rob Van Dam, all big-ass names fucking in the elimination chamber. And you go to 2006 and they were just fucking up the elimination chamber like it was nobody's business. So what did they do? They saw the strong, boos and everything. So they had Edge cash in. And you should have heard Wade Keller over on PW Torch. If you're a new fucking fan, to this wrestling, Wade Keller whined like a little fucking bitch. It was Caldwell or Keller. They go hand in hand. One of them, I think it was actually Caldwell, if memory serves me correctly, whined like a little fucking bitch, saying, "Oh, the main event was all set up. It was going to be Triple H and John Cena WrestleMania 22. You fans ruined it. You're only booing him because it's the cool thing to do. One person's..." I actually remember this article word for word because I remember I was on college campus and I was fucking reading this on the computer in the library. And I almost fucking... I didn't care what the librarian would have done. I almost put my fucking foot through the fucking computer screen. Fuck those motherfuckers over at PW Torch. Brilliant wrestling minds. More like fucking retarded ass fucking wrestling insiders that are also responsible for retarding the fucking wrestling fans in the WWE universe. Anyway, so... because of these complaints and everything, oh, the WrestleMania main event's in jeopardy, they quickly switched the title back. So, but you could see that McMahon realized at that moment that John Cena sucked cock. But then they flipped it around and it was back, to Cena once again. Okay, so this shit continued. Boring ass Cena shit. People carried him. Batista was way better. And shit like that. Okay. So then in 2011, CM Punk cuts a promo on Cena, and everybody is just behind Punk. Then they put the title, right back on Cena, and they fucked that up. They fucked that storyline that CM Punk walking away shit. Just so Cena could get him back and eventually the title winds back up on Cena, not directly from Punk. He didn't win it from Punk, but he won it from another wrestler that won it from Punk. So in a way, it's still Cena. It's all set up around Cena. So then you have fucking 2012 coming around. CM Punk is the champion, and he holds the championship through the whole fucking year. Now, if you're, a hardcore fan who appreciates great wrestlers and all the hard workers, you would be like, if this was during the Attitude Era or some shit before the PG era, you would be like, holy fucking shit, CM Punk is going to hold the belt for the whole fucking year. We're going to have great matches. And yeah, there were some good matches with Punk. The only problem, they didn't fucking matter because they weren't in the main event. And thus, no one gave a shit. Who was in the main event? John Cena. Fucking John Cena. And this shit, through 2012, it was Cena-mania, brother. I mean, holy fucking shit. This was like Hulk Hogan in the 80s. This motherfucker was all over your fucking TV fucking screen with his ugly ass t-shirts. John Cena cuts a Star Wars fucking promo in June, right after getting rid of Laurinaitis. Cuts a fucking promo. It's probably one of the worst fucking laughable promos I've ever seen. It'd be laughable, except for it to be laughable, you'd have to fucking laugh at it. But the thing was, it was so fucking cheesy, retarded, and childish. I don't think anybody with even half a fucking brain or half a brain cell would even laugh at that fucking bullshit. I mean, what a terrible promo that was. And then they continue this, it's kind of, derived off of the Army type of thing that they did, trying to, get third parties to do support for John Cena. So what do? John Cena starts, repping the anti-breast cancer shit. T-shirts, WWE gets into this whole thing just in time for Linda McMahon's Senate campaign. And who's at the forefront? John Cena. John Cena fucking sporting a fucking fruity ass pink shirt. People attacking me, saying that, you're against this breast cancer thing. Thing is, I'm all for what Susan G. Komen does. A charity that, tries to help fight breast cancer. That's all good and fine and well and all that. As I said, my grandmother died of breast cancer, so I want to see that shit destroyed so no one else has to suffer through it. But John Cena, they're doing it all for the wrong fucking reasons. And to get him over. Because as he's wearing this fucking shirt, people are still booing him. But they put him next to the Susan G. Komen people and have him give him a big fucking check for $1 million. And then people are forced to cheer. Because God forbid you boo this. You're booing Susan G. Komen. So, something, so you're guilty by association. If you're booing during that segment, if you're booing Cena, Cena's doing something great. So if you're booing Cena, you're a horrible person. Oh, I don't want to seem like a horrible person, so I guess I'm going to have to fucking cheer John fucking Cena. Holy fucking shit. And not only that, let me wrap this video up by saying this. Not only did he bury every single fucking wrestler this fucking year, CM Punk couldn't even get a fucking clean victory over this motherfucker. But John Cena, his tactics are just fucking retarded. The end of the year, John Cena wins Best Wrestler of the fucking year for like the fucking 10th time. When this is quite obviously not true. John Cena fucking wins it. Everybody fucking boos because they know this was, obviously Punk or Daniel Bryan's award. And the thing was, they give it to Punk. Everybody boos. What do? Bring Ric Flair out, have him present it to somebody that everybody loves. Oh, bravo! Covering for him for once again, making, trying to make Cena look like $1 million. But people boo even harder. Oh, John Cena is getting booed by the crowd by this particular town. Oh, Philly hates him? Have him say something great about the Phillies baseball team. Oh, of course, that's the way you get the cheap pop. But it's not like a cheap pop like what Mick Foley or The Rock does. It's just John Cena pathetic, because people are cheering for The Rock when he comes out. And up until the point when he cuts that promo, and then they cheer even louder. No. With John Cena, they're fucking booing his ass. So, to divert their attention away from this, he's going to mention their town. Forcing the crowd to cheer. Making it seem like Cena's being provocative and likable when he's not at all. And then doing other shitty things like starting waves in the audience. Because, people are at an event and if they're told to do something, they will because they want to just contribute. It's part of that thing of being a part of a crowd. Sometimes you just want to just have fun and do what everybody else is doing with a large group of people. That, it's just a social type of thing. So there you go. You look at all this, and then now most recently, John Cena pitting Dolph Ziggler. See, so John Cena agrees to fucking job to Ziggler at the pay-per-view at TLC. But then he comes right back around, and just even up to that and before that, they're making Ziggler look inferior to Cena every fucking step of the way. He's got to lose, fucking lose, losing the promos, make him look like inferior, like he's having a hard time fighting back. It's just, holy fucking shit. This guy fucking sucks. He just is, it's mind-numbingly horrible. Just John Cena. This motherfucker, I don't know. Something's got to be done. They don't want to turn him heel. If they fucking turn him heel, he can be, like, more interesting. But they don't want to fucking do that. because I don't know, they don't want this. He's for the kids. They don't want to scare the kids. Ooh, big scary John Cena turning heel. I don't fucking know. But something needs to be done about this shit, because this is what pisses me off. You know that John Cena is gonna win that fucking belt in 2013. It's gonna be at WrestleMania. The Rock is obviously gonna beat Punk at the Royal Rumble, and then it's gonna be Rock and Cena at the fucking WrestleMania 29 that I'm gonna go see, and I'm gonna have to sit there and fucking suffer through it live and in person as Cena ends up beating one of the greatest of all time, becoming champion once more, because it's the year of Cena. They fucking beat that idea into our fucking skulls on this episode of Raw on Monday night. I mean, holy fucking shit, were they going hardcore. And that's why they did. You know, the guy who's holding the Money in the Bank, who's supposed to be the guy who has all the potential in the world, Dolph Ziggler, has to get fucking pinned by Cena. And it has, and the thing is, everybody fucking knows, it's as clear as day what the main event is going to be at WrestleMania. It's going to be Cena and Rock. So, with that in mind, we already know that Cena's going to do well. Why the fuck do they have to, reinforce this fact that Cena's the best, by having him job out, by having Dolph Ziggler job out to him? How the fuck does that make any fucking sense? You fucking tell me. John Cena sucks? This has been your John Cena sucks rant, the first one in 2013. And yeah, John Cena sucks.